Welcome back, everybody. It's the Culture Lock. It's the Cold Case Files, episode 9. Once again, this is a series that we are just reviewing all of J. Cole's solo project, and we'll end with the fall off. That's going to be a few episodes from now. But today, we're reviewing a pretty controversial entry into J. Cole's discography. That's the follow-up to what many consider his classic Forest Hills Drive album. We're reviewing his follow-up to that, For Your Eyez Only, a much shorter album, a 10-track album, but similarly has a concept kind of going through it. Less to do about J. Cole, more to do about this character, James McMillan, and his life and times, and is in his death, right? This came out 2 years to the date from Forest Hills Drive, December 9th, 2016. Can you believe it's been 10 years since that album? And I think a lot of people were a little let down at the beginning. But I think we'll find that we still had a pretty good album at the end of it. And in that I think what I always kind of say, you gotta let things sit and you gotta let things marinate, and then you will have an actual informed opinion on the piece of art that you're thinking about, that you're reviewing. My name is Vic, and with me is my boy Les, aka Nathan Moore, aka THC, aka Big Jen Gardner, aka
The pig that could fly.
My apologies, man. That was an extended intro there. I threw you off a little bit, I think. I realized I was going through like, oh, I haven't done that part yet. let me let me try to transition into that somewhat
using a
smoothly.
stride. I didn't want to interrupt.
It's fine, man. It's fine. I was just like, oh, okay. Let me try to da da da, and let's try to do it smoothly. Pause. But maybe it was smooth, maybe it was not. Let us know in the comments, man. And y'all think that I managed to swerve that a little Fast and the Furious, or was it more a Speed Racer? Because the animation in that cartoon was stiff.
Was it
But
LiAngelo Ball or was it LaMelo Ball?
I like that. Take that. We gotta use some Knicks, though. We gotta use some Knicks.
Now, well, if you because Swerve, you got with LiAngelo, he did the swerve and he came out good. But LaMelo, he just recently made a swerve that didn't come out so good for him.
Fair enough. That song was like this huge thing at the time too. But yeah, but tell me, For Your Eyez Only, man, what'd you think about this record?
Okay, so I gotta give a shout out to the boy Checo.
Checo.
Because when we had had him on for Born Sinner, when he said about the concept and the execution is different, like you have the concept of the concept and then the execution of the concept.
Absolutely. That's a great point.
I don't think
Oh, it's going.
he was hitting with the concept,
But it's a great idea.
but it was a great idea. It was like so like I feel like maybe if the track list was different, you could tell the story a little bit better. Because it was jumping around from I miss my homie to I love my wife, and I'm about to have a kid, and it's like it's too jumbled. That's my only thing with this, and it's like it got good songs. You feel me? Like Ville Mentality. Ville Mentality is a great song. Like I feel like I feel like She's Mine Part 1 should have been like the intro. You feel me? And then let that story play out of the I love my wife
Right.
or whatever, you know, and then like have folding clothes come a little bit earlier in the album.
So we could just get rid of it earlier.
Exactly. Have that be like track 3, bro. Like you feel
That's
me? Like
I didn't think you were going with that. Go ahead.
had that be like track 3 or something, and then like track 5 be She's Mine Too, and then have the rest of the story of telling the story of your homie.
Okay.
Like switch the tracks around a little bit, you know?
Yes. I'm not mad at that. And certainly I'm not mad at the Bryson Tiller beat, but I don't know if I personally needed it.
I don't
Of
like that
that
song.
conclusion. Yeah,
If that
I
song
get it.
come on, that's an instant skip for me. I'm sorry.
Whereas Forest Hills Drive has no skips for you, or
Yeah, Forest Hills
uh,
Drive
uh,
has no skips.
Hello, it might be my skip for from there, but and even Love Yours sometimes. I don't know. I don't want to. It's a great message. But I don't want to. I don't. It's time positivity. Sometimes I need pestilence and just darkness and evil and and sickness. Like that's the
Yeah,
whole
you need
pestilence.
that. That's when you listen to Immortal.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Immortal's a fantastic song. It just a great way to kind of open the food and bell toes is great. It's because to your point, he's for whom the bell toys. He's having these premonitions about his death, right? I think what Cole was trying to go for was like in a cinematic way, like Carlito's way. Where the ending is the beginning, right?
Yeah, but this is more Pulp Fiction than Carlito's Way.
That is a wow. Just that's a bar right there. I understand exactly what you're saying. That's but Pulp Fiction did
but
it.
but Pulp
It
Fiction is still good.
right. It was very interesting, and you trying to piece everything together. Like, oh, this happened, this, and then this happened. Oh, but he got shot here, but then he's still alive here because we're not putting it in the da 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 da. In the toilet. That's like the worst way you can go. But
I'm still taking the gun in there with me.
facts, bro. Like, why you leaving that shit in the
He left
counter,
that shit
bro?
on the counter, bro.
Whoa, what are we doing, man? What are we doing? But yeah, um, Bill mentality. It sometimes Cole as a lead singer can be a little hit or miss, but I think how he wrote the melody and the background vocals, especially, is damn near perfect. Just chef's kiss, as the kids say.
It's like
Um,
I said, J. Cole, he can't sing, but he could hold the tune.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Um, And I'm gonna shout out Ari Lennox because it's pretty mandatory on this channel, for her vocals on Change.
Yes.
Um, I don't know if I don't love that song, but she did great, and again, it for the narrative of the album makes sense. It's in trying to it's Tommy Turner, Kane, like
Mm-hmm.
trying to move out and trying to do better and with yeah. But it's too late, but he's trying to make the change.
Yeah. And then I don't think that he gets the message across that he's not talking about himself on certain songs.
I agree. I agree. It was actually a little confusing um on some initial listens, because it feels like it's him, and then sometimes some songs like it's the James character, and I'm like, but is it about him? Is it about you? There's supposed to be two or three stories running concurrently, and then you're supposed to derive all that. It wasn't all the way clear. Um, but maybe we're just not very smart, and people in the comments can explain what this concept was um and tell us what we missed. But you have these beautiful songs too interspersed here with She's Mine, parts 1 and 2, his girl being the subject of 1, and his daughter, James's daughter, being the subject um, of part two. Just beautiful, beautiful songs, beautiful instrumentally, beautiful um, lyrically, thematically, stuff that you would, if you ever had a daughter, you might play She's Mine too when she's born. Absolutely gorgeous song. Um,
Neighbors is a hit too, bro.
yeah, I was gonna go there.
Neighbors is one of those songs where it's like, why you put it on this joint, bro? Like, like, I'll say maybe till recently, until the fall off, but Forest Hills Drive was the last album that I could listen to straight through.
Nickel.
Yeah, and that'll go on for like the rest of these two as well.
Mhm.
But and I feel like this maybe brought me down a little bit. Like
Mhm.
when I first heard it and just not catching things, but not catching it, you know? But now listening back to it is like I catch everything that I feel like I'm not supposed to catch.
Like,
Like him not portraying when he's talking about himself versus the James
right.
character, like the jumbleness of it and stuff like that. Like
Was it
I
supposed
had those
to?
thoughts back then. It's just I didn't have the thought that itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but do you think it was both? It was. Um, I mean, ideally, coming from where James is coming from, inner city, right? Um, the neighbors would know that you're selling dope, or the neighbors, they're gonna be aware of what's going on, right? And who you are, and not to be around you, right? Or to be around you if they want something from you, right? Um, but this whole thing was, the neighbors calling the police, and then the SWAT team came in and took down the door and everything. J. Cole's studio, he had built the studio,
The
and
shelter.
right in a house that he had bought in a nice neighborhood in North Carolina somewhere. Um, and there's like footage of them, like, and then I found this out later. Actually, maybe a couple weeks ago, that you can't sue the FBI. You can't, like, that comes out of your pocket to fix that,
Mm-hmm.
which is crazy to me. You
And
talk
they could
about
just
unfair.
run rampant and do whatever they want.
Yep, they could destroy anything inside, and it's like that could be like heirlooms, right? And they could just destroy that with impunity.
Hey, bro, they raided somebody I know and dumped the urn.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you gotta
So
go.
like like that's what I'm saying. Like I
Go.
love Neighbors because I know people that this happened to.
Mhm.
You feel me? Like where it's like false accusations. It's
Yeah,
just niggas just like to turn up. You feel me? Like
yeah, that's uh, that that instance is almost as bad as folding clothes.
nah, but one more thing
It's
on
really
that.
not. It's really not though. That's
One more thing on that. It shows too that you can't be yourself when you leave where you from. In a way, you feel me? Where
but
it's
yeah,
like they still in the city that they from, but they not in their hood.
right.
So they go somewhere else and then they try to still just live regular, like how they would live when they in their hood. But
Mm.
people gotta be hating, gotta ride like a rodeo show.
Well, that's the thing. It's like the stigma never escapes you, right? Um, just pigment makes a difference
I was
with
just about
certain
to say,
people.
now if you think it was some fairer skinned people doing all of these things, would they have called?
No,
Eh,
but the fair skinned people could have a meth lab in
hey,
the house, and I don't. they certainly would, if they thought that was going on, they would have called they don't want their neighborhood to have people selling meth in it, right? But they wouldn't suspect them if there was no evidence to the contrary. But there was no evidence to J. Cole and what he was doing in that house
Now the evidence
that
was
they
the
called.
smell of marijuana.
Yeah, but like,
Exact. But you feel me? That's what I'm saying. That
yeah, that's what you're saying for sure. It's it is a deep conversation that we could go into on why these things happen, and things that you'd have to go back hundreds of years and then tracing it back and everything. Um, Even down to the people that hate their own skin. Um, Captain Durag. I can't believe we're going to talk about this. Go look up, ladies and gentlemen. Go look up Captain Durag. It's on. You said Disney Channel, right?
Oh yeah.
Um, that again. It's like don't play in my face. Like we can see what you're doing. You're not slick. This should have never gone on the air. And again, when you said that his psychic was a snow bunny, I thought it was a white woman, and it's a
And
literal
that's what
snow
that's
bunny.
exactly what they want you to
Right.
think, bro.
Right. So it's things like that, and it goes back to again, you read this every few weeks or months or so, but it was all right. We're kind of gonna go in deep. Pause. So I saw a video today about these fair skinned folk that were in this neighborhood or whatever, and I guess they're not doing so well, but they were just mad at the somebody that just moved in that was driving $100,000 Lexus, and it was like, but he's an immigrant. How could he be driving this car? And it took me all my life, and I worked all my life to just be in this neighborhood. How could this be? Right? Black wealth. Black wealth is the little fair skinned people destroyed black wealth and the towns where black wealth was prominent. And that's what that reminded me of. Is they're going to go attack him because if they don't have it, and especially if you got it and they don't have it, it's a problem. And now we have to do abhorrent acts to you.
They did the do with the banana and belly.
Yeah, bro. Tywin Turner. We were just talking about Menace to Society, man. It all comes back, man. Who's fantastic actor, by the way. I gotta give him his props. Um, so in that, I remembered about and I'm forgetting his name, but he should I should remember his name, but this black man was the first black man to cast a ballot. Once it was legal for black folk to vote. Um, so sometime later he got shot in the back. And it's hard for me to believe this story because it's so um like I don't know how you could be physically capable of doing it, but taking a gunshot wound to the back, walks 3 miles to the nearest hospital. It's tough to walk 3 miles when you're not shot, for some people. They left him on the waiting room and they said we don't have black blood. That's what they told him. And
Mm.
he bled out. So I didn't think we were gonna get all this from the song Neighbors, but um that is like this dot on a microscope compared to like everything else, right? But it's these little things that build up if you don't, some you gotta kill a roach or whatever. You gotta put the traps in because there might be a nest somewhere. There might be some eggs, and I shouldn't be talking about roaches. That's fucking gross, but You know what I mean? It's like these little things you got to stop like at the beginning before it can grow into something that's systemic, and that's where I will leave it. Um, Anything else you guys say about Neighbors? I think I talked a lot, man.
Nah, yeah, Neighbors is an eye opener song.
Yeah, for sure. Oh man, what was that? I kept forgetting. Neighbors is like backwards is another beat that Cole did, but I forgot what it was. He
Oh
did that a ton.
yes, I forgot what song it is too.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to hit the rewind button on that joint. Um, so I think it's something that came after that, after For Your Eyes Only. And I will say that as you look for that uh, folding clothes is again part of the change that the character was supposed to make, but I think it sounds instrumentally sounds great.
So
Uh,
yeah, I had a question for you, right?
10 years after the fact, how I feel about it.
Yeah, cause you feel me? Like
Yeah,
we was
yeah,
in different situations back then, and
yes,
now
1,000%.
now you in a folding clothes situation. So like, do you connect with the song a little bit more?
Yes, a little bit more. But the fact of the matter is, I hated folding clothes then, and I hate folding clothes now.
Do you eat the bananas and almond milk? And do
Fuck
you picture
no. Get
yourself?
the fuck.
And do you say to yourself, I never thought I'd be drinking almond milk?
Man, I wanted to smack somebody like when I heard that. Even when I heard it today, I'm just like, oh my god, it's so corny, bro. And they get that it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be you didn't have, they couldn't even afford that. You weren't even thinking like, oh no, that's some pussy shit. Da da da. But it's like,
Hey, speaking of some pussy, Forbidden Fruit was the song that was
oh, it was
reversed.
before. Okay.
Yes.
It's a nice segue, man. I don't know where I'm going. I see you. I see you. Boom, boom, boom. Anyway, um, yeah, but yeah, and this again, the sentiment with J. Cole, he's corny or boring or awkward or this and that, and it seems like at least once an album, there's one song that's like, or one line that's like questionable,
You're
right?
giving them the ammo to
Yes,
continue to say this.
1,000%. Now, I am guilty of perpetrating things because these things could be considered toxic. Like, why can't a man enjoy loving his wife and
I love
folding
my
her clothes?
wife. Hey, look at Chance, bro.
Uh,
Can't
hey man,
love your wife
stop
too
it.
much if you a rapper, bro. That's just how it is. If you can't love your
Incidentally,
wife, you could like your wife, you could be with your wife, but you can't love her.
I want to take this opportunity to say that Starline should have gotten a Grammy nod. And it was criminal that it didn't. Um, it was that was a great comeback record from Chance. Man. He uh hit it out of the ballpark. Um, that Big Day album, I'm not so sure about that though. Yeah, well, ooh, that was something. But um, yeah, this one ain't it. Um, Still, um, I just I still drink whole milk. You know what? I drink 2%. I'm lying. I drink 2%. But that's because it doesn't spoil as fast, and I really can't tell the difference. I still use it for my mac and cheese. Like, it come out fine, I think, like, but um, yeah, yeah. I hate folding clothes. I have to. Sometimes I fold mines and hers, and I mean, like whatever I do the laundry or instead of her, like mines and hers, and I'm just like, oh, like this shit is so
I gotta fold
boring.
more.
bro, it's double the work now. And no, it's triple the work because she's a woman, so she's gonna have double my clothes anyway. It's just not fun, man. It's not fun. I understand the sentiment. I get it, even from both perspectives of J. Cole and his and James McMillan character. I get it. It's just very corny for me and just like I just
I'm a sucker
the
for bass
song, bro.
guitar, so that beat,
Oh
that
no, it's
doom, do do doom,
yeah.
doom,
Hey,
doom,
hey,
doom, do
it's
do doom. Yo,
it's
that.
great. It's absolutely great. It just doesn't do it for me, you know. But I will say I think I hated it more back in the days than I hated it less now than I did back in the day. I'll tell you that. This is my maturity. I'm just willing to kind of go with it. Um, well then on because we have to, I believe, just say this last the title track for Your Eyes Only. Um, I'm gonna let you go first, man. Talk about talk about this album closure.
Um, I feel like this is another song that was wasted.
Mm,
Where it was just like, damn, bro, why put this song on this album? Because this song is perfect for the concept of everything that he's trying to get across and all that. This is the song. Feel me?
yeah.
You could have just released this song and not did the rest of the album,
Mhm.
and it would got your message across much better than doing it the whole album.
Yeah. I agree with you. I think the song is brilliant. I think it's one of the best songs he's ever written. My it is close to top one for me. It's absolutely brilliant song, a perfect way to end the album. And I'm very big on like album openers and album closers. That is like you get extra stars and points or whatever from me with that. I do think like She's Mine and Immortal and For Whom the Bell Tolls, I think those add to the album's uh story. Um I think he could have done something like a Deja Vu, but maybe done it differently or a different production or you know. But it's also a pseudo single, so I get it. And again, Change and Folding Clothes is like, man, I get it, but it just kind of like they sound good. They sound good. It don't hit for me. Um, and yeah, I can see what you're saying about it being wasted. It just if everything before it was a little better or maybe marginally better, actually, like the strength of that closer would have been that much more. And I, for one, I've always had this thing. We need more songs where rappers are like rapping for like 9 minutes or whatever, 8, 9 minutes straight. Granted, there's some hooks here and they're beautiful as well. Like progressively, the song as it gets sadder with the strings that you hear. Um,
That last verse.
the last verse,
Ooh.
and it's the surprise factor, right? It's um Lupe Fiasco had he's a professor now. He talked about like Sing About Me and Stan and like the surprise, like that twist, right? It's that, oh, here's J. Cole this whole time. Like you didn't really like he was in the album. You didn't really it wasn't even really acknowledged that it was him or not, but like all of a sudden here's Jermaine. He's the one that's getting these verses and these songs and all of the stuff that you heard on the album, whatever. And um and then there's different verses that is J. Cole, like in Change, the last verse is him, and because he's describing the death, and then. But I say that all to say that that last verse being a little Stan like, where Eminem's the last verse, and then now it's this conversation between James and Jermaine, and or I believe that was the third verse, but whatever. Um, and again, just very poignant lines to like end the whole thing. Um, uh, for your eyes only, don't you ever scratch or disrespect it. Disrespective is a real one. Another lost Ville son. Sing this to you and all the other children. Just yeah, just beautiful, beautiful way to just end this. But I agree with
Yeah,
you,
your
man.
father was real because he loved you.
Right, exactly. And just describing everything, like kind of like we were talking about before. Um, they had incarceration when he needed segregation. Um, yeah, just again, if everything on the before then was better, this would have been a lot better too. But a lot of people like this album. A lot of people like this album. This is a lot of people's favorite album. Um, yeah, and I guess we're just a little different in that way, right? Ready for some grades?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. What you got for lyrics?
For lyrics, I'll give it a 6.5.
I got it an 8, mostly for Your Eyes Only, but no, I think he delivered lyrically. I think production.
Production, I'm gonna give it like a 8.
I'm gonna give it a 9. I thought this was like, except Deja Vu. Even the song I didn't like were like great beats. Was good, Anakin. Anakin's like, yeah, I give the beats a 8 as well. um, what you think about his flow on this whole thing?
Flow, I'll give it a 8.
I give this man. I'm really fantanoing this thing. I'm gonna give Flo a 9. Man, I thought he was really flowing on this. Replay value.
Replay value 6.5.
Yeah, I'm gonna give replay a 4. Um, For Your Eyes Only, the title track, She's Mine, 1 and 2, like the only things I really play. Though Immortal's a great song. I just never really play it. Or an execution.
Execution, I'm giving it a 4. Cause like I said, it was too confusing on who was who at what time.
And comment my roasters and be like, oh, you dumb motherfuckers. It was obvious, actually, that this person was this person, and this person on that was that.
Nah,
We should have been on the
that's
Reddit.
one of those
We
things where
should
it's
have been
like
on the Reddit.
you know these things because because you have hindsight.
Mm, right.
You
At the
feel
time,
me?
though,
I'm not listening to it with hindsight. You feel me? I'm listening to it with hindsight, but I'm listening to it in that moment. I'm not adding anything on to my review as something that changed later on in time. You feel me? Like he's put out better stuff than this. So just because he's put out better stuff than this later on, it's not gonna make me like this more, if that makes sense.
nah, I feel you. I think you're absolutely right. I'm gonna give the execution a 6. He tried, man. I think he tried. It was definitely confusing. But I do think on where it did make sense, it was really good. Where it didn't make sense, it was just a little rare. Um, so this For Your Eyes Only is a score of 69. Nice.
Giggity.
Yeah, I don't know what to say from there.
I mean, it is fitting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
because we
agree.
definitely got fucked on this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's all for the show. Uh, next episode would be KOD. That's Bianca Belair's finisher. Um, that had no bearing on this whatsoever. But yes, next episode will be KOD, which means a lot of things, but we'll get to that on that episode. Thank you to everybody for watching, for liking, for subscribing. We're seeing all those numbers go up. It's been very gratifying. So it's much obliged. Um, the bell as well,
Hit
and
the
share.
bell, notification gang, or don't bang.
Exactly.
Subscribe or you can't be
Exactly.
alive.
Yeah. I don't know
Ain't
where you're
trying to
getting,
start no
but
drama, but share this with your mama.
I think we gotta do like a Cornet thing where he's like just saying all this random stuff got nothing to do with it, and the other person's like, no, it's not what we do. It's pillows. You just sleep on them. You don't fornicate. You know.
Yeah, now corny killed me.
Anyways, once again, thank y'all for watching. We'll be back with KOD. Man, it's the culture. Keep it locked, man. Thanks again.